Are you tired of your car's idle speed jumping up and down like it's auditioning for a race? You're not alone. This is a surprisingly common issue, and many car owners have no idea why it happens. But here's the kicker. Mechanics often don't tell you the real reasons behind this problem, and fixing it could save you hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. According to the Society of Automotive Engineers, over 20% of cars on the road experience erratic idle RPMs due to issues that most drivers never consider. What's even more shocking is that many of these problems are incredibly affordable to fix if you know what you're looking for. You've probably been told to get a new fuel filter or change the spark plugs, but what if I told you there are sneaky, overlooked issues that are driving your RPMs wild? Today, we're revealing 7 sneaky reasons your RPMs fluctuate at idle, reasons your mechanic won't necessarily mention. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to diagnose these issues and save money on repairs. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe if you want more insider tips. Now, let's uncover the real reasons behind those frustrating RPM fluctuations. Reason number 1, dirty or malfunctioning idle air control valve. Most people think idle issues are caused by major engine components like the fuel injectors or throttle body. Your mechanic probably told you that fixing idle problems means replacing expensive parts. But here's the thing. One of the most overlooked culprits is the idle air control valve, a small component that most drivers don't even know exists. But here's the dirty secret. The IAC valve controls how much air enters the engine when you're idling, and when it's clogged with carbon buildup or starting to fail, it can cause those erratic idle speeds you're experiencing. The truth is, this valve gets gunked up over time with oil vapors and carbon deposits, and your car's computer can't properly regulate the idle speed when that happens. What they don't tell you is that studies show 15 to 20% of idle fluctuations in older vehicles are caused by a dirty or malfunctioning IAC valve. An auto repair forum study confirmed that regular cleaning of the IAC valve can restore idle performance in over 85% of cases. Instead, you should inspect and clean your IAC valve every 30,000 miles or during routine service. The simple fix is to remove the valve, spray it with throttle body cleaner, and reinstall it. This approach reduces idle fluctuation by up to 90% in affected vehicles. You'll extend the life of your throttle body system and reduce the risk of stalling. A cleaning kit costs around $15 to $25, and replacement valves run $150 to $300. Compare that to ignoring the issue, which could lead to throttle body failure costing $600 or more. This problem is particularly common in vehicles like the 2005 Toyota Corolla and 2012 Ford Focus. But if that shocked you, wait until you hear about the next problem that's hiding in plain sight, one that even experienced drivers miss. Reason number 2, vacuum leaks. You've probably been told that vacuum leaks only happen in high-performance cars or heavily modified vehicles. Your owner's manual might not even mention them as a common issue. But let's be real, even your everyday sedan or SUV is susceptible to this sneaky problem. The truth is, vacuum leaks, caused by cracked hoses or deteriorating gaskets, allow unmetered air to bypass the engine's sensors, completely messing with the air-fuel mixture and leading to fluctuating idle speeds. What they don't tell you is that these leaks can be as small as a pinhole and still wreak havoc on your engine's performance. Here's the kicker. Research from the University of Michigan showed that 8 to 12% of engine misfires were due to small, undetected vacuum leaks. Even a tiny crack in a rubber hose can make your car's engine idle erratically. The simple fix is to inspect and replace cracked vacuum lines regularly. Here's what the pros actually do. They use a smoke machine to pressurize the intake system and watch for leaks, but you can do a visual inspection during your oil changes. This saves you from unnecessary fuel system repairs and reduces the chances of stalling. You'll extend engine component life by preventing lean running conditions. Replacing a vacuum hose typically costs $50 to $150 compared to thousands for major engine repairs that could result from ignoring the leaks. Vacuum leak issues are particularly common in vehicles like the 2010 Honda Civic and 2014 Chevrolet Malibu. Both cars have had high vacuum leak failure rates causing RPM fluctuation, and if vacuum leaks are bad, the next one will really open your eyes to what's controlling your engine's behavior. Reason number 3, faulty mass airflow sensor. Most people think the mass airflow sensor only causes issues when there's a check engine light illuminated. You've probably been told that if the light isn't on, the MAF sensor is fine. But here's the dirty secret. A dirty or malfunctioning MAF sensor will mislead the engine control unit into thinking the air entering the engine is different from what it actually is. causing idle instability long before that check engine light comes on. The truth is, the MF sensor gets contaminated by oil vapors from the air filter, dirt particles, and even insects, creating false readings that throw off your entire fuel delivery system. What they don't tell you is that Bosch's internal study found that 5% of all RPM fluctuations in older cars were linked to faulty MAF sensors. This is especially true in cars with over 100,000 miles. Instead, you should clean or replace the MAF sensor every 30,000 miles to prevent idle issues. The simple fix is using MAF-specific cleaning spray, not throttle body cleaner, which can damage the delicate sensor elements. This approach restores accurate fuel delivery, leading to better engine performance and smoother idling. You'll extend the life of your catalytic converter by preventing rich or lean running conditions. A MAF cleaning spray costs around $15 to $20, while replacing one can run $250 to $500, depending on your vehicle. Bottom line, ignoring it could cause much higher repair costs due to engine misfires or fuel system failure. MAF issues are particularly common in vehicles like the 2008 BMW 328i and 2012 Nissan Altima. If you're finding this information valuable, hit that like button to help other car owners discover these truths. You won't believe what secret number 4 reveals about a component you probably replace regularly, but at the wrong interval. Reason number 4: worn spark plugs or ignition coils. You've probably been told that spark plugs and ignition coils are minor components that only need attention during major service intervals. Your owner's manual says to replace them every 100,000 miles with modern platinum or iridium plugs. But here's the thing, those recommendations don't account for real-world driving conditions. The truth is, worn spark plugs or malfunctioning ignition coils are among the most common causes of misfires, which directly affect idle speed and stability. What they don't tell you is that spark plugs can degrade much faster depending on fuel quality and driving patterns. Here's the reality. ASE-certified technicians have found that spark plug failure accounts for 15 to 20% of idle-related issues, especially in older vehicles. Instead, you should replace spark plugs every 30,000 to 50,000 miles, regardless of what the manual says, and inspect ignition coils for wear during the same service. The simple fix is replacing all plugs at once, not one at a time, to maintain consistent combustion across all cylinders. This reduces idle fluctuation by up to 95% in affected vehicles and improves fuel efficiency by 3 to 5%. Replacing spark plugs typically costs around $100 to $200 for a 4-cylinder engine, while ignoring them could lead to ignition coil damage costing upwards of $500 to repair, plus potential catalytic converter failure at $1,000 to $2,500. Vehicles like the 2012 Ford Fusion and 2015 Toyota Camry are known to have frequent spark plug-related idle issues. And let's be real, if ignition problems surprise you, the next one about your fuel system will blow your mind. Reason number 5: clogged fuel injectors. Most people think fuel injectors either work or they don't, that they'll throw a code if there's a problem. You've probably been told that modern fuel has enough detergents to keep injectors clean. But here's the dirty secret. Clogged fuel injectors restrict the flow of fuel to the engine, causing poor combustion and erratic RPM at idle long before complete failure occurs. The truth is, fuel injectors accumulate varnish, carbon deposits, and contamination from fuel additives that gradually restrict the spray pattern. Here's the kicker. A study by the Society of Automotive Engineers found that clogged injectors were responsible for 25% of idle problems in high-mileage cars, yet many drivers never consider cleaning them until they completely fail. The simple fix is having fuel injectors professionally cleaned every 30,000 miles, or using quality injector cleaner additives regularly. Here's what the pros actually do. They use ultrasonic cleaning or pressurized cleaning solutions to restore the injector spray pattern. This approach reduces idle fluctuation by restoring proper fuel atomization and combustion efficiency. You'll extend the life of your oxygen sensors and catalytic converter. Injector cleaning services cost around $50 to $150, while replacing injectors can run $400 to $600 each. Bottom line, a full set of replacement injectors could cost $1,600 to $2,400 in some vehicles. Cars like the 2010 Chevrolet Silverado and 2014 Honda Accord are commonly affected by injector clogging. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more money-saving automotive insights. But wait, if fuel and ignition seem obvious, the next issue is electrical, and you may not even know it's affecting your car's idle until it's too late. Reason number 6. Battery degradation. You've probably been told that a weak battery only affects starting the engine. Most people think that if the car starts, the battery is fine. The truth is, a failing battery can lead to voltage irregularities that impact the engine's control systems, causing RPM to fluctuate at idle in ways that seem completely unrelated to battery health. What they don't tell you is that modern engines rely on consistent voltage to operate dozens of sensors and electronic throttle control systems. When battery voltage drops or fluctuates, these systems can't maintain stable operation. Here's the reality. Edmunds reports that weak batteries are responsible for 8% of idle problems in modern vehicles with extensive electronics. According to automotive electrical specialists, batteries begin degrading after 3 years, even if they still start the car reliably. Instead, you should test the battery regularly and replace it when necessary to maintain voltage stability. The simple fix is performing a load test annually and replacing batteries proactively at 4 to 5 years, not waiting for failure. This prevents idle fluctuation. By ensuring consistent voltage to all engine control systems, you'll extend alternator life and avoid being stranded. A new battery costs $100 to $250, whereas ignoring it could lead to alternator failure at $400 to $700. Battery issues are particularly common in vehicles like the 2015 Subaru Outback and 2016 Toyota Corolla. And finally, we're wrapping up with an issue so basic that most drivers overlook it completely, yet it's causing serious problems. Most people think fluid levels only matter for major components, that low oil causes engine damage and low coolant causes overheating, but nothing about idle speed. You've probably been told to check fluids, but never why it affects idle performance. But here's the thing. Low fluid levels affect engine performance in ways that cause parts to wear out faster and disrupt engine control systems, leading to idle instability. The truth is, low engine oil reduces hydraulic pressure to variable valve timing systems, low coolant affects engine temperature sensors, and low transmission fluid can cause torque converter issues, all of which impact idle speed. Here's the reality. The Automotive Service Excellence Organization found that low fluid levels were responsible for 10% of idle problems in older cars. The simple fix is regularly checking fluid levels and using the correct fluid type for your car to ensure smooth engine operation. Here's what the pros actually do. They check fluids when the engine is at operating temperature and top off with manufacturer-specified fluids, not generic alternatives. This approach prevents engine wear and stabilizes idle RPM by ensuring all systems operate within design parameters. Fluid checks are free during routine maintenance, but ignoring them can result in costly repairs, ranging from $300 for VVT solenoid replacement to $1,000 or more for transmission work. Fluid issues are particularly common in vehicles like the 2014 Ford Mustang and 2012 Honda CR-V. Now that you've learned about all these sneaky RPM fluctuation culprits, it's time to wrap things up with what you need to do next. Now you're armed with knowledge on the 7 sneaky causes of RPM fluctuations that your mechanic might not even mention, either because they don't look for them or because they'd rather sell you more expensive repairs. By addressing these issues proactively, you can save serious money on repairs, extend your car's lifespan, and enjoy smoother driving experiences without that annoying idle bounce. The more informed you are, the better you can protect your vehicle and your wallet from unnecessary repairs. These are practical fixes that prevent costly mistakes and give you leverage when talking to mechanics who might try to oversell you on services you don't need. Hit like if you found this breakdown useful and subscribe to the channel now. I'll continue to guide you through the real facts of car maintenance, saving you thousands. Make sure to share this with other car owners who deserve to know the truth. Drive safe and smart, your car will thank you.